Assalamualaikum dan selamat sejahtera. Anda bersama saya Hazri Muhammad Noor dan juga Burhan, rakan sekerja saya. So hari ini kita dalam segmen Borak MGO sekali lagi. Dan minggu ini sebenarnya sangat istimewa sebab biasanya kami bawakan personaliti daripada isukan. Dan sekarang ini game buatan Malaysia iaitu No Straight Roads ada sebenarnya pelakon suara yang daripada kalangan rakyat Malaysia sendiri. So hari ni kami bersama dengan Michelle dan juga Steven Bones. So mereka akan berkongsikan tentang pengalaman ataupun bagaimana menjadi voice actor dan voice actress untuk game buatan Malaysia. So saya nak bagi ruang untuk Michelle dan Steven untuk perkenalkan diri masing-masing. Michelle dahulu.
Okay, hai, nama saya Michelle. Saya sebenarnya kalau anda kenal dalam game industry ni, saya dulu bekas co-founder Fundever. Kami adalah agensi yang tolonglah YouTuber dengan streamer dalam game industry ni. So saya dulu pun pernah stream, saya buat YouTube video, semua pun pernah cubalah. Saya jadi shoutcaster untuk League of Legends dulu. Jadi sekarang ni nak cubalah voice acting juga.
And untuk saya, nama saya Steven Bones. I've been a full-time voice actor lebih kurang ada 10 tahun dah. So most of my work ada like iklan, animasi, and No Straight Roads is actually one of my first few video games. So something baru, something new lah for me, something new for Malaysia to have a game like No Straight Roads.
Okay, baik. Terima kasih Michelle dan juga Steven kerana sudi menjadi tamu kami untuk hari ini. So, saya rasa saya mulakan dulu dengan soalan yang saya rasa paling obvious lah yang ramai orang tertanya. Lagi-lagi orang yang minat game, especially those yang follow the No Straight Roads punya timeline kan dan waiting for the release. So, bagaimana boleh melibatkan diri dalam pembangunan No Straight Roads sebagai pelakon suara? How did you get involved in this? So, kita start dengan Michelle dulu.
So ceritanya macam ni kan, lebih kurang tahun 2018, 2 tahun lalu, saya nampak lah ada panggilan uji bakat untuk studio baru. Ini studio yang dibangunkan oleh Wan Hasmi. So dia dulu dia lead designer untuk game Final Fantasy. So kiranya orang besar lah Tapi ceritanya dia balik ke Malaysia dan dia nak start studio sendiri. Jadi dia keluarkan call untuk uji bakat orang-orang Malaysia yang ada Malaysian accent tapi boleh cakap bahasa Inggeris dengan fasih. Jadi saya nampak lah, so untuk interview ni saya pun balik ke PM, tengok PM saya dengan Wan Hasmi masa tu. Saya kata, by the way Hasmi, I can voice lolly characters for you. Lepas tu dia kata, okay, email dekat sini, and then kita akan buat uji bakat. Jadi dulu saya kenal Hasmi sebab we mentioned earlier, Fundever adalah dalam game industry kan sama-sama. Jadi pergilah ke uji bakat dekat office Hasmi masa tu, and it was my first time auditioning properly for anything voice acting. Jadi belum pernah cuba lah buat benda-benda macam ni, memang seronok lah masa tu.
Okay. Bagaimana pula dengan Steven?
Okay, for me it was quite interesting because I found out about the audition for No Straight Roads online through my friend Azman Zuke, who voices like Agent Ali and all these other cartoons as well. And masa tu I was like, I was quite busy, but I was like working on my own social media content and all this kind of stuff. And I was already doing voiceover, so I was like, okay lah, macam interesting lah, like this game project kan. So I was like, okay lah, tak apalah, like just there's audition. And even though I've been like a voiceover talent for like almost 10 years at a time, like kalau ada audition, I will still go. I will still go. Pergi cuba je. And it's something new kan, video games, something I really wanted to do. Went there, and then I found out. I went straight to the metronomic office to audition that time. It was the open call. So I last minute I messaged around, hey guys, do you still have a spot? And they're like, yeah, come. Then I got there, and then turns out a couple of the fellas working in Metronomic, namely ID and Daim. Like I've worked with them before last time. Like this is like zaman dahulu, like way long ago. On their other pilot project that they were trying to put together last time called I think it was called Sansastra or something like that. So I remember that very well. And then they were like, oh yeah, you're Steven, right? Okay, hey, definitely, man. Like we like your acting and all this kind of stuff. Try for a few roles. So I tried a few roles, kind of thing, and then in the end, dapat lah. I got the character Zuke. So I was like, whoa, letup.
Okay, alright. So sekarang kita dah tahu how you guys got involved dengan No Straight Roads. Tapi we also want to know macam mana boleh mula career sebagai seorang pelakon suara. How did you, sebab it's a very macam kata industri ataupun bidang yang agak kecil lagi di Malaysia. Kita tak ada macam something big macam mungkin di Jepun atau di Amerika Syarikat. Jadi macam mana you guys boleh mula bertapak dalam industri pelakonan suara ni?
Okay,
start dengan Steven dulu.
Yeah, Steven go.
Dulu I started as a audio engineer. So I was I kerja kat my first full-time job was kat BFM. Yeah, as an audio engineer. So masa tu I would see like all these like voice over talent, pelakon suara come in, buat audition, uji bakat, do air checks to drop their voice samples semua kan. And I was like, this is nice. This is nice to do. Like growing up, I wanted to do either be rockstar or be cartoon. So I was like, okay lah, macam ada jalan lah. Rockstar tak jadi, like cartoon boleh juga. So in the end, the people at the radio station helped me practice my diction semua kan. And then I listened to a lot of ads, listened to a lot of things to learn the different styles. And then I just quit my job and I went into it. I don't recommend this for everybody, but I wanted to do it, so I went in. And I sent my samples to a bunch of studios, and then I masuk this. After that, I masuk this thing called the Voice Guild, the Voiceover Guild of Malaysia, the Voice Guild. And yeah, it's a lot of like going there, making sure that bila kau masuk studio that you don't have to be like phenomenal lah, you don't have to be like amazing, but kau kena competent lah. You have to be at least decent. Because if you just like kelam kabut all the way and you don't know what you're doing and you clearly cannot do it, like after a while orang pun takut juga. So that's how I kind of got into it. I saw that there were people out there doing it, and I was like, macam best je. Sebab dulu I nyanyi jingle je. So I was like, kenapa ada orang ni masuk, they come in later than me, leave earlier than me, and then like macam shock lah. I just checked, then I found out. So it's everywhere, you know, like walau like iklan, GPS, you know, kau pergi shopping mall, dear valued customers, benda macam ni tau. Kalau you call your bank, you know, and then bukanlah scammer, but it's like, you know, the one that people hotline semua kan, like all those are voices that, you know, voice over talent has done and created, you know. So semua tu it's like paid jobs. It's memang a job. Yeah, but a lot of people don't know about it. But right. You don't think about that, right? Yeah.
It's like, please insert your parking ticket.
That kind of thing.
Fee is RM1.
Yes. Oh my god, it's in my head now.
Sampai sekarang I don't understand why that voice is like not Malaysian, you know. Ringgit. Ringgit. Apa ringgit ni?
Okay, macam mana pula dengan Michelle? Sebab Michelle unik juga sebab dia start dengan Fundever kan. So macam mana, how did you go from Fundever untuk dan menjadi ataupun macam decide untuk jadi pelakon suara?
So sebenarnya kan No Straight Roads is my first paid role. But dulu masa dalam universiti saya memang buat cover lagu Jepun, lagu anime on YouTube. So one day my friend introduced me to this forum. Forum dia Voice Acting Alliance. So ada kawan-kawan saya join, so saya pun join lah nak cuba kan. And memang saya tengok banyak anime masa tu, jadi mana tahu mungkin boleh cuba lah, suara boleh pakai lah. So dalam forum tu saya dengan kawan-kawan from America, I think some from UK, kita ada buat fan dubs. So fan dubs ni kiranya we took like an anime clip, and then we would take out all the sound, so semua suara latar belakang semua kita orang keluarkan. Lepas tu we would like change the language. So we would write our own script tau. So kena tengok lah klip tu kan, dia cakap benda ni dalam bahasa Jepun, okay, and then we translate it to bahasa Inggeris. Lepas tu kena tulis semua script tu, make sure that when you say it, the character macam is still saying it, because you know they move the mouth kan. And you have to like write it accordingly. Lepas tu kita orang mix lah, kita orang acted the thing, then we added our own sound effects back again into the clip, and so it was like a very very interesting process masa tu. Jadi saya pun memang buat amateur like on the side sort of stuff, and so I have a couple of clips, but kira macam hobi, and sekarang ni memang nak buat betul-betul lah, nak cuba even more.
Okay, cool, very cool. Alright, so for now saya nak pass balik kepada Hazril. He has questions for you guys too. Silakan Hazril.
Okay, terima kasih Borak. Tadi Borak tanya banyak berkenaan macam permulaan kan, kerjaya tu. Tapi saya pula nak tanya, contoh macam Steven orang kata dah lama dalam industri, and then bila kita cakap pasal menjadi pelakon suara watak permainan video ni, mungkin dia sesuatu yang sangat orang kata berbeza tapi macam apa antara cabaran dia untuk betul-betul menjiwai watak dalam permainan video tu?
Apa cabaran? Okay. One thing people kena ingat tau, walau animasi ke or video games, a lot of people think that it's like anime dubs where tak ada visual, like everything's animated and then kau buat suara je. Actually it's not that. When it comes to games and animation and all that, most of the time bila kita masuk studio, there is nothing tau. Kertas je, script je. It's just a script and someone describing to you what's happening, and maybe if you're lucky, a screenshot or a rough drawing of the character you are voicing and what they are about. So there is no reference. Sometimes maybe they say, oh dia nak suara macam lebih kurang macam ni but tapi bukan ni, that kind of thing. So like whatever your character's voice, you have to try like a few variation to find out what works. Lepas tu, once you confirm the tone of the voice, in the recording you have to imagine lah. Macam kat level ni ada budak ni dia main piano kat depan, lepas tu you have to go and like fight all the notes, kena lompat-lompat sini, and then nanti mak dia keluar and that kind of stuff. Like tak ada visual reference tau, so everything you have to imagine, and you have to berlakon lah, you have to berlakon, but at the same time sebab ini bukan teater ke atau filem kan, so we have to make sure that whatever we do, like mulut kita is like towards the mic, because if you go like tak dengar pun, like the mic doesn't capture, right? So if you want like this kind of stuff lah. So that's one of the biggest challenges, to imagine that everything going for you, and then tiba-tiba like kan sometimes like you imagine one thing and then director is like, oh actually sebenarnya your character like in this scene dia sangat sedih tau, he's not happy or he's not angry, he's very sad, and then this is why, and then to okay, and then how do I do that line after that? Yeah, so things like that lah. A lot of imagination.
Yeah, I totally agree. Like I remember one audition kan, for an undisclosed thing again, but he would say like, you are here and your character that you're talking to is on the other side of the room, so you have to speak as if you're speaking to the other side of the room, so you have to be able to do that sound somehow. Yeah. So you can imagine but also like have it come up right through the recording.
Okay. Because the room you're recording in is like so small. Half the time it's very small.
So untuk Michelle, macam ada tak mungkin walaupun watak tu dimainkan tak begitu orang kata sangat besar impact dia, tapi adakah Michelle ada macam cabaran tersendiri yang dihadapi untuk watak tu?
Rasanya cabaran saya tu memang sebab tak banyak experience lagi. Jadi semua benda ni baru lah. So katakan kalau yang Steven bagi tahu like direction from the director, like some people sebab dah 10 years right, Steven has done it. So when it gives me direction, like I have to think about it juga, and cuba nak masukkan dalam the way that I say the line or the way that the line is said. So sebenarnya sometimes like even following someone's, like, let's say the guy says, oh, you need to say it as if like this famous person says it, like this is how I imagine the sound to be, right? So if you don't know who the famous person is, then it's gonna be hard. So kena baca, kena dengar suara orang tu, lepas tu like, oh dia cakap macam ni. So macam mana pula nak tiru? Jadi rasanya kena ada banyak pengalaman lah. And this kind of thing I think we build over time as we do more of it.
Okay. So soalan seterusnya saya nak tanya pula macam apakah perbezaan melakukan kerja lakonan suara ni untuk 3 bidang ni, which is permainan video, filem dan program animasi. Bagi Steven sendiri yang dah lama dalam industri, mungkin Steven boleh jawab soalan tersebut.
Okay, kalau untuk animasi, like last time when I worked on like Bola Kampung the movie, Chuck Chicken semua kan, usually we will get rough animatic. Animatic means it's a very macam drawing simple je lah. So kau nampak okay, ada character, ada basic scenery, then ada arrow pointing, oh character berjalan ke sini, and then then your line is there. So masa tu like you don't need to worry about like okay, kalau dubbing untuk macam anime semua kan, you have to make sure your line bila you start character tu start, bila you end character dia end juga kan. But when it's an original animation like with Chuck Chicken and all those kind of things, you have sebab animation melembut lagi, it's just the mock up je. So you can take your time with the line, you do it however you want, and then after that they will animate to your line. It's just that during masa tu you have to make sure that ada lah a few variation, sebab sometimes like when other actors voice come in, maybe certain things tak kena kan. But yeah, that is for animation, and it's always about imagining everything that's going to be around, or like what is the emotion behind the line, right? For film it's a bit different, sebab okay, I think it's easier if you go film, dubbing and video games, because animasi dengan animasi film is about the same lah kan. For dubbing, like what Michelle used to do, you have to start the line, end the line, and you have to make sure the script, kalau okay, usually adalah orang yang buat translation and script polishing. Kadang-kadang kalau script itu tak polish sangat, then lah kecoh. Then you get like, you know, you get a line that goes like, say, oh no, we have to get to the magic castle, how do we get there? And then the Japanese version is like, hi. Macam mana nak feel benda tu? This kind of thing. And then okay, so for dubbing, kadang-kadang the emotion will be a bit less, sebab there's already the visual reference and there's the audio that kita kena ikut, right? So there's a lot of references when it comes to dubbing. For games, it's very close to animation. It's just that you like for games it's a lot more long form, right? Because okay, for movies and animation, usually the story is a little bit different. Sebab maybe there's like 1 or 2 challenges that the characters go through. Lepas tu happy ending, cerita habis, okay done, right? Tapi for games, like every level there's a different boss, and the journey is longer. And so the emotional roller coaster also longer. Sebab when you started with the first boss, kau ada satu like I don't know, maybe like pisau kecil je. Then by the time you're fighting the last boss, kau ada satu pisau kecil yang berapi, and then like you got like one like tomahawk and a shield, you know. And by that time your character is different and you have to speak a bit differently. So a bit of that kau kena ingat lah. Macam God of War lah. It's like mula-mula like boy. Lepas tu like boy. Right. So is that lah, the emotional journey is a bit different.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think like for me, I've auditioned for animation tapi tak dapat lagi. But exactly the same, right? And I think for dubs is way harder. Sebab sometimes the script, when you were talking about the script, right? Like kadang-kadang the script doesn't fit tau. Like even though you know someone polished, it's like you're like, I don't know how to say this in a way that sounds natural, tapi still ends at the same time as the character. So kadang-kadang you kena ad-lib. and change it a little bit, like, subject to the producer saying okay lah, but you need to also try and say, oh, by the way, I think this sounds better. Boleh tukar tak? so kita orang tukar sikit-sikit and then it sounds better after that.
And there's this thing also, like when it comes to animation and film and games, right? Banyak orang lupa tau. It's not just about the lines. It's not just about the things that you have to say, the words that you have to say. There's a lot of all these like benda macam ni. It's all these are what we call walas. So a lot of times people are like, kena buat itu juga. It's like, of course lah, that's part of the character. You have to learn to like laugh on command out of nowhere.
Scream on command out of nowhere.
Yeah. All these kind of things.
Okay.
Memang kerja orang gila lah benda ni.
Yelah, saya perasan juga contoh macam League of Legends or Persona 5. They have so many lines of dialogues and everything diorang kena buat kan untuk watak-watak tu. So it must be fun lah the process, right?
Yeah, like with No Straight Roads, when you're doing the boss battle, the music changes as whether you are getting hit or whether the boss is getting hit, right? So there are like optional lines also. So like sometimes like you are winning and then your character will say one thing, you're losing, your character will say another thing. So macam like how to say, banyak option lah when we record video games. Right, because there's a lot of different outcomes and possibilities.
Okay, so saya serahkan pada Burhan pula kalau Burhan ada soalan nak tanya kan.
Okay, alright. Thank you Hazril. So kita sekarang dah dapat satu we have been exposed lah sikit kepada the dunia of voice acting dalam permainan video ni kan. And bagi saya memang agak menarik sebab saya rasa tak ramai rakyat Malaysia tahu tentang benda-benda macam ni. Sebab kita pun bila macam Steven cakap, in our daily life kita pergi supermarket, kita pergi train station, kita dengar macam-macam message kan, voice messenger, kita tak terfikir pun someone dibayar untuk buat kerja macam ni. Then it's the same thing dalam video game dan animasi kan. Okay, so my question is, saya nak fokus kepada game No Straight Roads, which is highly anticipated right now around the world. Dan macam tak silap saya, dia akan dilancarkan pada 20th August, tak silap bulan ni.
25th, I think.
25th.
Yeah.
25th, okay. 25th August for PC, PS4 and also Xbox. So and Switch as well. There you go. Okay, so saya nak tanya, particularly kita start dengan Steven sebab Steven menyuarakan main character, salah seorang main character dalam game No Straight Roads, which is Zuke. Drama kan dia kan, tak silap?
Drama.
Yeah, dia seorang drama. Okay, so nak tanya, what do you like about your character and what do you find interesting about him? Sebab kan bila macam you nak lakonkan seorang watak, you get to know them, you research about them kan. So what do you like about your character?
The thing I like about my character is that it's very different from a lot of things I've played. Sebab I usually get called in to play all the weird characters. In my career, I've done voices for like minyak kelapa sawit, like a lot of palm oil. I've done the voice of like bacteria. I've done the voice of dengue, and it's all the voice like macam very high energy, high pitch, and like all kinds of weird voices kan. So for Zuke, initially when I got the role, like because they told me, dia seorang yang sangat chill, he's the cool one, like very. So I was like, okay lah, bila aku pergi chill, I'm like, yeah bro, like what's up? Very nice. Like, no, itu surfer dude, and like itu like terlalu chill lah, dia macam dah makan ubat dah. They want the organic one, right? So I had to find this part where it's me, but just like slow skit lah. So it's like, hey guys, what's going on? Yeah. Alright, hi, my name's Zuke, and I'm the drummer for Bunk Bed Junction. And you find that zone, and then lepas tu kau like kena cari lah, like how far can I go with that voice? Sebab tiba, kalau aku like, hey, that's not right, like sometimes it doesn't sound like the character anymore. So it was interesting to discover that lah, the like berapa chill is chill and how not chill can chill be, and that was kind of nice. Also the funny thing about my character is that walau dia satu like main character, sebenarnya line dia tak banyak tau. So sometimes in a recording session, the actress for Mayday, name is Suling, like she will get like 5 pages of lines, and then mine is just like, okay, that's cool.
Too chill already.
Too chill. But adalah, there's a couple of parts in the story where Zuke, there's a lot of dialogue from Zuke because there's a very big chunk of the story about him. Masa tu, that was very nice because that was when I got to do the very emotional stuff, you know. Adalah feel like you lost the connection and then you marah and then you want to reconcile, you want to get back together with someone, that kind of story, and that is very rare to do. And then some more in a game setting, like I don't know if you guys are old enough to remember, but when I was a kid, right, there was no emotionals, tak banyak emotion in games one lah. It's just like, I don't know, like Pac-Man lah, Dig Dug lah, Sonic pun like Sonic, you're like woo, and then there's no emotion. You know, stuff like that. So to see that like video games now have like this much emotion, and somehow it's a Malaysian production with Malaysian voices, it's amazing lah. And the weird thing is that I'm like, initially when Hasmi said, oh, they want all Malaysian voices, right? And then I thought, okay lah, then I go Malaysian as well. And then he said, no. He said, we want you to be the slightly not so Malaysian voice, the in between, so that the rest of the world finds it. Like, adalah satu character that the rest of the world is like, oh, okay, we it's easier for us to understand this guy because he sounds like more neutral, and then the rest can be like full on Malaysian. And I love the fact that there's so much Malaysian in this game.
Yeah, agree. Like that's the biggest thing for me. I think like kalau nak cakap perkara menarik is the fact that the call to audition kan, call untuk uji bakat memang in the first place asked for Malaysians, number one. When we did the audition, the direction is probably what like Steven said as well, right? Like use your Malaysian accent, don't have to hide, tapi you know, find that middle ground almost. So that was very, very interesting. My watak very small only, so it's a small NPC, so not really huge much to say about it.
Because like we can't go like full rempit for the whole game. You cannot go full rempit, or you like the full like China Bing and all this kind of stuff, you know, like. So we have to like find that middle ground lah, where it's like other local flavor and it's authentic, but it's still like the rest of the world can still understand us lah.
Yeah, but that said, you know, like there's like watak NPC yang dah reveal, like auntie. You know, like that is so Malaysian, right? You call your auntie jual burger as auntie. So nama dia pun auntie. Yeah, so very Malaysian. Love it.
Okay. Alright, so it's very Malaysian. Gonna be a bit disappointed like if I don't hear any Boscos in there, of course. Can keep my hopes
I don't
up.
know if there is.
Wow. Just for that, you get free super ring, bro. You get free super ring.
Okay, so saya ada satu lagi soalan terakhir. So kita dah tahu about your. Oh yeah, by the way, macam tadi Michelle cakap, Michelle dia memainkan watak NPC, dan pada waktu ni watak dia belum didedahkan lagi. So you guys kena tunggu dan beli game tu nanti and find out, okay? So remember 25th August, PC, PS4, Xbox dan juga Switch. Okay, so last question ni, kita go back to voice acting sebab macam kita mention throughout the interview, benda ni memang satu industri yang agak niche, so agak kecil dan tak ramai orang tahu. Tapi saya yakin ramai orang Malaysia, lagi-lagi yang muda ataupun yang membesar dengan perkara-perkara seperti anime dan juga western shows, dan mereka menonton shows yang sebegini, mereka berfikir macam, oh nanti aku pun nak jadi voice actor juga, aku pun nak cuba jadi pelakon suara dalam Malaysia ataupun antarabangsa. So from you guys, yang seorang yang baru masuk dan juga seorang yang dah berkecimpung dalam industri untuk waktu yang lama, apa nasihat anda untuk orang-orang di luar sana yang teringin menjadi pelakon suara? Kita start dengan Michelle dulu.
Jadi nasihat saya senang je, just try it. Kalau memang minat, just find something that you can talk about, like or narrate or like act out. So like ambil lah clip. Kalau memang suka tengok Naruto, tengoklah Naruto. Ambil lah clip Naruto, like cubalah cakap dalam in that style. Tak perlu mic yang canggih-canggih, even though Steven and I have like pretty canggih mics. But you can just take like buku cerita apa-apa kan, and buku cerita selalu dia ada orang yang akan narrate, and then dia akan ada character yang dia akan cakap line-line tu. Guna saja, cuba saja, and just practice and give it a shot kalau ada audition tu apa-apa.
Yeah, same.
Okay, Steven, go ahead.
Go for the auditions. Practice. Even for me, when I got into the industry, I was practicing a lot. Sebab bila aku masuk, like, kan you are new into the industry, it's not like tiap hari ada kerja kan. Confirm like a lot of free time. So instead of just like playing video games and trying to level up, practice lah, voice over, right? So what I did last time was I would listen to iklan radio, old TV ads, TV program, documentary, whatever, all this kind of stuff. Baca billboard bila like I'm driving, yeah, that kind of stuff, because kan the billboards, they're all written like commercials already, what? So you just read those and practice. And also, if you want to get into the voiceover industry, you want to like, okay lah, because we are talking about Malaysia here. If you have a way to break into the international scene and you can fly there, great. But if in terms of our local industry, because right now it's very ad driven, very commercial based, right? Most of the voiceover work is commercial, radio, TV, and web and all this kind of stuff. So make sure you listen to those ads, try to copy it, learn the style, get your diction correct, learn how to pronounce words properly, so that you can be a bit more versatile, right? As not just in the styles, but also in terms of acting, right? So study some actors and all this kind of stuff as well, and always practice. And there's no limit to what you can practice. Like Michelle said, you like kau suka Naruto, go and download Naruto punya clip, and legally lah, get the clip legally, or you don't, jangan buat like benda haram, okay? So get the clip and then you like, do whatever with it. Like for me, I started my Facebook page and YouTube channel, Steven Bones Everything, with my voiceover stuff, and it's like I get to do all the voices I don't get to do everywhere else. Alright, so macam like my Lion King nasi lemak thing, the nasi lemak, like all these kind of things, like nowhere will they ever let me do that, but I do it. I dub like trailers and all this kind of stuff, and then after that, like when all these producers and directors all that nampak my video, right, they're like, hey, actually, why I want this guy to do his thing on my ad, or I see that this guy can do a lot of different things, so I want him to like do like a whole series of stuff, because I have a whole bunch of stuff I want him to do, so yeah, there's no excuse lah, there's no excuse of not practicing or not doing something, because it's voice. Whether or not you record, tak apa. But now every day, everywhere we go, kita ada phone kan. There's a microphone on your phone already. You can walk around microphone. Kalau beli accessory, you can become like one small studio already. So you can always record yourself and dengar balik. It's simple as that. So yeah, practice and don't give up.
Alright, okay. Thank you very much kepada anda berdua for sharing those really good advice. And masa Steven cakap macam tu, sebab kita very ad driven kan, saya dapat bayangkan like there's gonna be people out there yang macam, oh, Steven cakap macam tu, so they're gonna be like they're looking at commercial macam, dapatkan Samsung Note 20 terbaru.
Yeah,
macam, they're gonna keep repeating that.
Yeah, there's also like a lot of people doing dubbing, and there's some animations here and there. Tapi like, yalah, I hope one day, like for Malaysia, that more games like No Straight Roads will come out, that more animations like Bobo Boy, Upin Ipin, Rimba Racer, Chuck Chicken, whatever language, whatever style, like as long it's out from Malaysia and it comes in Malaysian voices, come on, let's do it. And then like the more we have, like a bigger industry we can have also, and more we can do.
Betul. Setuju betul. Sebab memang saya rasa ramai orang Malaysia akan setuju. Lagi-lagi bila kita tengok dubbing untuk cerita animasi. Dari dulu lagi kadang kita dengar suara yang sama je kalau dubbing ni. So memang sebab talent pool tu agak kecil. So yalah, saya setuju. Saya harap dalam masa yang akan datang ni lebih banyaklah produksi-produksi animasi dan juga permainan video dibangunkan lagi di Malaysia. Alright, so
jangan,
itu saja.
Jangan support scammers guys. Jangan support scammers.
Jangan
Bila kau
support
dapat
scammer.
phone call from like scammers semua, mahkamah tinggi apa. Those are scammers. Ada orang record juga, but let's not go down that road lah. Let's do like good work.
Ingat. Alright. Ya guys, kalau dapat voice acting job, saya cakap, tolong berlakon jadi mahkamah apa? Don't take that. Alright, okay, before we end things, saya nak bagi ruang kepada anda berdua, both Michelle dan juga Steven. You can promote whatever organizations ataupun plug your YouTube channel ke apa, and maybe say thanks to your fans and those waiting for No Straight Roads as well. Go ahead, the space is yours. Kita start dengan Steven dulu.
Okay. So thank you guys so much. If you want to find me online, you can find me on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. I recently got on Twitch as well. Just look for Steven Bones Everything, and you can find all my parody videos and all this kind of stuff. I'm starting some live game stream videos as well. I'm looking forward to the No Straight Roads release, and I hope you guys get a copy as well. Okay lah, kalau tak ada budget pinjam lah, but kalau boleh like beli lah. Jangan tunggu discount tau. It's like just buy at full price and support industry local.
Pre-order right now.
Pre-order, yeah.
Yes, on the website nostraightroads.com. So for me, I stream. I do YouTube as well. So I'm on Twitch and YouTube as LYLIA. That's Lilia. And on Twitter as Lilia SEA. So come give us a follow. We'll be tweeting a lot about the game as well as it releases. Yeah.
Okay, alright. Sekali lagi terima kasih banyak kepada Steven Bones dan juga Michelle Tan kerana sudi menjadi tetamu kami. Saya serahkan kepada Hazril untuk melakukan penutupan episod kali ini.
Okay, so saya rasa ini adalah satu perkongsian yang agak panjang untuk episod kali ini. So saya rasa perkongsian yang sangat menarik. Kita tahu pasal lakonan suara untuk video game dan kita tahu juga sedikit pasal No Straight Roads, which is game buatan Malaysia. So saya nak macam Borak cakap, saya nak berterima kasih kepada Steven dan juga Michelle. So nantikan episod-episod akan datang di mana kami akan invite lebih ramai ahli komuniti dalam gaming dan juga industri sukan. So semoga kita berjumpa lagi. Terima kasih kerana menonton. Dan selamat jumpa lagi. Bye.
Bye-bye guys.
Bye.